Emma, did you see Fall Guys is getting some serious anti-cheat features in its latest update?
I sure did, Jimmy. Excited to get some more crowns, now that the dirty cheaters of the world are gone. Am I right, Dagon?
Yeah.
I gotta go uninstall something. You guys got the show, right? It's fine, right?
Dagon?
Dagon? Welcome to the download, coming at you live from right here in the VENN studio. That's right, we're the only live, I'm pretty sure anyway, we are in fact the only live show that can actually react to your copy pasta in real time. So maybe come up with something a little more original there, kids.
Okay, Emma, relax. We love our friends posting in chat and our Discord, but we love you even more when you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at WatchVenn. I'm Daniel Digon Gonzalez. That is Emma Fife. Now, Jimmy Wong looks like this handsome, stylish gentleman, but when he comes into our morning meetings, he looks a little bit like us mere humans as well.
One, I didn't know my camera was on. So that's me in the mornings at 7:30 being like, all right, time to do a morning meeting. Okay, we have a show to do. We need to get to the biggest stories of the day in the lowdown.
Lowdown.
Lowdown. All right. Let's get somewhat serious, maybe. No. Tuesday night, Kanye West began tweeting and yeeting about his displeasure with his contracts with the UMG, or Universal Music Group. This morning, he tweeted out screenshots of his entire contract saying, "I need every lawyer in the world to look at these." Finally, he tweeted a video of a Grammy in a toilet with a stream of liquid flowing onto it, insinuating and what looks to be urination. Now, we have reached out to Universal, but have not received comment at the time of the broadcast. Now, outside of Kanye's mental health issues, do you think he has a point in terms of tweeting out these contracts and what he's actually trying to get at there?
I mean, I have to be honest that I feel like, yes, this is obviously an escalation of some ongoing mental health problems that Kanye has been dealing with, but the fact of the matter is there is some truth behind this in the way that these artists are kind of undercut by their contracts.
Yeah, they're certainly predatory. I mean, we saw the number of amendments that were filed to that contract.
Yes.
I've done a decent number of contracts myself for movies, films,
Yeah.
whatever. I've never seen that many amendments to something, which means that someone's either trying to get more or take stuff away.
Yes.
Is usually the case.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing with Kanye. It feels like a lot of the time he is making a point. Maybe the way that he makes it is so bombastic, at times offensive.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why he's doing it. And so without comment from either party, any of the parties right now, we could just go off the facts, which is he tweeted out all of his contract, which any lawyer, any aspiring musician, anybody now has the opportunity to take a look at that, whether that was legal or not. It's up on the internet.
Right.
The Grammys, he's now dissing the music industry as well. He tweeted out all musicians will be free or something of that nature. And so, again, Kanye might be onto something a little bit faster than what everyone else is.
I mean, again, it's that same idea that we see when people come forward about an existing issue, be it in the music industry or when it comes to human rights, and people come forward and they try to explain their situation, they try to protest peacefully, and eventually it just gets to a breaking point because no one is listening. And I feel like there might be a little bit of that going on with what's happening with this.
Yep, and we will certainly be keeping track of it as well. We've got lawyers on it. There will be plenty of lawyers all around the world looking at it, and so we'll keep people appraised.
It's public.
But if you know anyone that is suffering from mental health issues, please reach out and also don't be afraid to get
I also want to note that, like, in case you don't know how to use Twitter, you cannot upload an MP3 or a PDF. And Kanye, like, tried to put it, and it's just the text of the file. So, like, that's why he has to put it.
The least of his problems now, I'm sure. All right, moving on. The latest patch for Battle Royale slash bean smushing simulator, Fall Guys, has dropped. And with it comes the randomly placed hammer of prophecy, the Big Yeetus. So get ready to get hammered. Alongside Big Yeetus comes a remixes of the Fall Guys levels for greater randomization, small little tweaks here and there. But more importantly, developer Mediatonic is introducing stricter anti-cheatus measures. Digon, what's a bigger development here, Yeetus or Cheetus, and why?
100%. It's Cheetus.
Yeah.
It is 100% Cheetus. I will say that when I didn't realize how used to patterns of the maps I was. Like certain spin turn tiles go a certain direction, but those spinners now started spinning different directions. So it's like, oh, cool. I have to relearn what the optimal path is. That was like really cool to keep the game fresh. But the big thing is that cheating is gone. I no longer have to worry as much about, hey, do I need to leave this show early because someone's just gonna zip through the map? Like that, I didn't realize how much that stinks. I played over the weekend and it was like, man, the amount of cheaters was just crazy through the roof. I would start a game, have to leave. Start a game, have to leave. It was about like 20 minutes before I got into a game where there wasn't a clear cheater.
Yeah.
I mean, you tried to leave this show earlier.
I was kidding. It was a bit. They made me do it. All my crowds are legit. What do you want? Check the papers. They're all real.
Check the tapes, everyone.
Check the tapes.
I actually had an experience in Fall Guys, a very intense presence of somebody cheating on a map one time. It was like the whirligig one where you got all the spinning bits.
Yeah.
And so like there was somebody that was cheating, but I like got caught up in their cheating wave. So it's like I just kept getting hit and like flying forward, but not in the way that
Likely
physically.
excuse.
No, I'm 100%. I'm telling the truth. You can check the tapes. You can check the tapes. I was streaming it live and it was happening in real time. So yeah, the anti-cheating thing is definitely a big thing. As much as I do love Big Yeetus because I love chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeetus.
Yeah,
Yeetus.
so in that regard, I'm a big fan. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing is there's always going to be an element of chaos to this game, and that's why I think it's accessible to people even that haven't spent a whole lot of time playing Fall Guys. Because yes, there are certain people, like you say, Digon, you got really used to the pattern of certain maps and what you needed to do. But at the same time, you can fall prey to a random thing that happens on the stage.
Right.
Well, I'm just happy that there are less cheaters. This game, we had flack for trying too hard in Fall Guys. Trying too hard is fine. Cheating, not so much fun, especially because a lot of people are playing this.
Yeah.
17.9 million downloads on PS4 last month, which is the second most, or MAU, sorry. And then 113 million hours of live viewers across Twitch and YouTube. So those are a lot of people that don't want cheaters in their game. So cheating has to go first.
Yeah, and the way it used to work was there was another application that would run in the background that would boost your speed and give like the gravity away. So I'm not exactly sure how it would work, but I assume it's checking to see if you're like passing optimal speeds within the game and then outside the game if you're running a background application. So hopefully that gets rid of all of it and you can go back and enjoy your randomness being loving fun.
Yeah, and you won't just fly your way across the stage. But completely unintentionally. Actually, I did better because somebody else was cheating. Anyway, moving on. On Tuesday, Twitch unveiled its plans to roll out midstream automated ads. Basically, the ad rolls would begin midstream regardless of whether or not the streamer had actually set them in motion. This set off a large amount of criticism from streamers and viewers alike. Now, we've all had some level of experience streaming on Twitch personally. Are we as critical of Twitch's plans to roll out this feature?
Yeah, I am.
Yes,
Like,
the answer is yes.
I don't think there's a no. Like,
Yeah.
the only way you could say no is that, oh, Twitch needs to make money, you know, now that it's been picked up by Amazon and trying to find a way to monetize. But you're just gonna miss the action. Right now, it might be a commercial and we don't know, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it feels like Twitch is forcing this upon their community and this doesn't feel great.
Yeah, I certainly don't mind showing up to an ad at the beginning of a Twitch a Twitch stream on a channel to which I am not subscribed.
Sure.
But the nature of Twitch is you're playing in real time and like the streamer won't know that some of their viewers are getting hit with an ad.
Right.
So how does that even work with Twitch, you know?
Yeah, this all just sort of goes back to the idea that the viewers are not really viewers. They're ways for Twitch to make more money. And that's become very apparent in the way that they're serving up these ads, especially if it's just like, we can roll them at any time because we need to sell more impressions. Or each viewer is going to cost X number of cents for us, and that's important or whatever. And that's like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're actually looking out, especially for the smaller creator. The bigger ones will be fine. The smaller creators in general are always the ones that are most affected by these changes on YouTube, Twitch, wherever it is.
Right, and I think earlier when Twitch had control of the market, this wasn't as much of a worry that ads weren't being played by streamers as much, right? You have the option to play an ad and play as a 30 up to 3 minutes. Now with YouTube Gaming and Facebook picking up Mixer and now having a player base and a viewer base, now I think Twitch is starting to worry about it a little bit more, understanding, hey, our streamers are so used, and our viewers are so used to not running ads because we gave them the permission and to do so themselves and the power to do so themselves, and they're not actually doing it.
Definitely, and again, like, just the nature of the fact that Twitch kind of emerged specifically as a streaming platform for gaming, it's not like you can be doing a show and you as the creator see a countdown clock and go, okay, I know I have this long to play until I have to play another ad.
That's like what we do on VENN, and why we roll pre-rolls and have ads in the middle, so you know when they're going to happen.
Exactly,
we program around it.
We know when our commercial breaks are going to be.
Yeah.
However, if we were playing a video game, we might find ourselves in a situation wherein, like, you're queuing up to get into a round of something, and you get in, and then it takes longer than you expected, and there's less you can control when you're actively gaming.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, our audience is definitely in the I'm ditching Twitch
Ditch Twitch
camp.
I mean, Twitch, I mean, in general, you're gonna see this all the time. They may say they bleed purple. They may say they're for this, but ultimately, green is the color that matters to a lot of these companies.
Yeah.
And Twitch is having quite a bad week, too. They also had a Hispanic Heritage Month that they celebrated by having special emotes that included sombreros and maracas and a little guitar.
Yeah.
That's like saying, hey, it's Asian Heritage Month. Let's throw a kimono and samurai swords on it.
And
because that's the only thing that's Asian. It's like, whoa, whoa. I don't know what's happening over there, but it seems like a lot of miscommunication. And in general, like those big money moves are things that are decided by people much higher up the chain. And then, you know, it just seems like a bit of a mess. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to insult any of my compatriots at Twitch, but it's not a great look.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, changing gears just a bit, at 1 p.m. Pacific today, Sony will be dropping its latest PlayStation Showcase. Now, we don't have any insider information, or at least stuff that Patrick told us yet, but we figured, hey, let's get pie in the sky for what we want to see.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, we did give our predictions as to how much the PlayStation 5 is gonna cost, by the way, and that's also gonna get revealed today, hopefully.
Oh, God.
So just to show you all what our predictions were at.
I was close.
I have $4.99, Emma's at $5.89, and Deacon's at $4.49.
I would like if I could take it back and lower it a little bit based on Xbox
Just
pricing.
a little bit, yeah. Okay, but now it's time to have some fun. Let's get some pie in the sky. That will never actually happen, but we wanted to. Predictions. Degon, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, I think my big prediction is, other than obviously the price point, unless maybe Xbox put a lot of pressure on them, I think it's gonna be Grand Theft Auto 6, right? The first time we played Grand Theft Auto, for me, was Grand Theft Auto 3. That was a PlayStation game. I played it on PlayStation. And now it's one of the biggest games over on PC. But it would be really cool to get back to the roots and make it an exclusive for the PlayStation 5. Grand Theft Auto 6, PlayStation 5, go exclusive, only for like a year, right? Because we know streamers are gonna be like, I don't want to get new technology to hook up my PlayStation to stream. But I do think going back to that would incentivize a whole slew of players to get that.
All right, so I'm gonna stick with the 6 theme here, and shout out to Manatee in Discord for threatening me with a good time, which is a ground-up remake of Final Fantasy VI. That's right, it'll be in at least 5 installments, giving Square Enix's history with remakes. But yeah, just like completely redone, ground up, everything. The opera scene is now gonna be 3 hours, and you're gonna have to go on a whole quest where you get like all the props, and you have to rehearse the show.
And then you have to watch the actual opera.
You have to watch the actual opera, top to bottom.
I would love that.
100%.
That's why I studied opera in college, because of that game.
Oh, wow. Okay, my bold prediction is the PlayStation Vault. All right, think about it. Every single greatest hit from PS1 all the way through PS4, available for a single monthly price. We're talking about Metal Gear Solid 2. We're talking about all the Crash Bandicoots. We're talking about the Uncharted series. Free to play, like $14.99 a month, and completely, it's basically like your PS5 is emulating it.
I'm having a very visceral reaction.
It'll make a ton of money and will be no work at all.
Would sign up immediately.
I'm in. That's pretty cool. Oh, man.
That's a bold prediction, by the way.
Very bold prediction.
In chat, tell us your favorite bold predictions or what you're predicting. And there's plenty more coming up, including why Matt Mr. X hates Baby Yoda. And you can also let him know how you feel about that in chat. But first, it's time for today's solo queue. Actor Henry Cavill almost missed the call, confirming him for what major motion picture due to playing World of Warcraft? Is it Batman vs Superman, B, Man of Steel, C, Justice League, or D, Stardust? Head to VENN.tv/play to guess, or just drop your answer right in the chat because we can track it there as well. The results coming up right after the break. That we mandate, not Twitch.
Yeah. Welcome back to The Download. Before the break, we asked you what role in a movie almost slipped Henry Cavill's notice because he was busy playing World of Warcraft.
What role?
The options were A, Batman v Superman, B, Man of Steel, C, Justice League, or D, Stardust. Y'all at home think that it is Man of Steel, and guess what, chat? You're very smart because that is the answer.
Wait, who made this?
That is the answer. Yes, that's right. He's just like us. In his own words, I was playing World of Warcraft. I had my priorities straight.
Yeah.
Mustaches aside.
Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel Degon Gonzalez without a mustache. That is Emma Fife without a mustache. And also Jimmy Wong sporting no mustache. And the guy in the big wall that has more than a mustache is my new arch nemesis, that Mr. X Morello. You ready to fight?
Yeah, you didn't even really say anything nice. You've just attacked me right away.
I said you have a mustache.
That's not a compliment. That's
just describing my face. Yeah, you didn't really do much outside of.
To let's fight.
Yes,
Like,
that's
yeah,
right.
the
It's
guy in
time
the
for a
wall
new
has
game
two
here
eyes.
on the
Let's
download.
fight.
We're calling PvP. No more Mr. Mustache.
Mr. Mustache. Okay, we're going to be getting face-to-face to go head-to-head with our hottest takes on gaming and pop culture, and the victor will be decided by the other two hosts, and of course, you in chat as well, so let us know who you think won the debate.
Yes, and the winner moves on gauntlet style with the overall champ getting to shout about whatever they want.
Wow.
Is everyone ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's get going. First round is Matt versus Degon.
All
Ready.
right, PvP. Earlier this week, a job posting appeared on the Activision website for an executive producer on Call of Duty Mobile, specifically working on bringing Battle Royale mode Warzone to phones. The thing is, Warzone hasn't been announced for Call of Duty Mobile. The post has since been deleted, and Activision Blizzard hasn't confirmed anything either way. So the question is, for both of you, does Warzone need to come to Call of Duty Mobile? Matt, you're up first.
Absolutely, Warzone does need to come to Call of Duty Mobile. I think having Warzone be on phones, tablets would be great for crossplay. It was huge for Fortnite. That doesn't kind of exist right now in terms of mobile. And you also have some other games that have tried crossplay with mobile and console and PC in the past. Hasn't worked out. I think Call of Duty is the game that can pull it off. I think it'd be great.
Call of Duty Mobile, more like Call of Doo-Doo Mobile. Let me tell you,
That's
these
a good
guys
one.
are only making it because they're chasing after the true crown of shooters on mobile, and that is PUBG Mobile. PUBG Mobile is the largest shooter mobile game in the world. They're chasing that number. When it originally came out, the PUBG Mobile players went to it and said, nah, crossplay isn't what it's for, right? It really, the true COD experience is for console and for PC. PUBG and PUBG Mobile prove it because PUBG Mobile is massive and COD Mobile is just going to be a sad, sad fad.
Ooh, two good points here. We have Matt, everyone should play, and Degon, gatekeep the heck out of it.
Yikes.
You can vote in chat as to who
Yikes.
you think won. The hosts here
Yeah,
will make a
listen,
decision.
I'm all about exclusivity. Not exclusivity. I'm all about inclusivity.
There we go.
Exclusivity. I like exclusive games. Hey, PlayStation, what's up? But as far as gaming itself goes, include everybody. So my vote is Matt.
Okay,
Yeah, I
well,
vote
we're going to
Matt.
see what the chat here says as well. But I think it doesn't matter because I vote for Matt as well.
No,
Yeah, that's right.
phenomenal. I'll take it.
Well, so Matt, you are the victor. You're going to move on to the next round where the deadly Emma Fife awaits. Let's
go.
Tough questions must be asked, and with the new trailer announced for the much-loved Star Wars TV show, how much do we really need the new Mandalorian Season 2? Matt, you're up first again.
I don't need it that much. I'm good. I liked Mandalorian Season 1. I wasn't super kind of over the moon with it, and then I don't want to see Baby Yoda on my timeline anymore. I'm over it. I don't want to see Baby Yoda all over my feed. I have other things to watch. Love Island is on.
Okay.
I don't need Mandalorian.
I will not stand for this baby Yoda hate, number one. Also, The Mandalorian is the best thing that Disney has done with Star Wars. It appeals to both existing Star Wars fans and fans that came into Star Wars later. It incorporates things from the EU that a lot of Star Wars fans were really upset about them getting rid of, and also welcomes new people into Star Wars canon. The Mandalorians themselves are one of the most interesting races of people in all of Star Wars, and this is the first time that we've really gotten to see them explored outside of stupid Boba Fett, who's not even really Mandalorian. Also, Sasha Banks, what? She's gonna be in Mandalorian Season 2? I can't freaking wait. I know people are predicting that she might be Sabine Wren, which be incorporating characters from Star Wars Rebels, which I'm for, but I think she's an original character.
Wow, that was a whole Wikipedia entry.
I know. That was great. You know what? Lots of facts there, Emma. But I have to say, I'm a huge fan of Love Island, so the winner is going to be Matt Miserello X. All right.
Rigged.
Matt Miserello. I did it wrong. Matt Miserello X.
heck?
Yep.
Rigged.
Too bad. All right.
Mustache.
On to round 3. It's time to take on movie star Jimmy Wong.
Oh, boy.
All right. Time for the third and final round. Last week, I chatted down on far too much of the Travis Scott's meal at a McDonald's. A week later, Arby's announced the characters from Cuphead would be becoming toys into kids' meals. Now the question, what's next for fast food collaborations that has to happen?
This one is beyond easy. May as well just give me the crown because it's Fall Guys X Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box has the perfect head. All you do is you go to Jack in the Box, you buy the special whatever meal it is, you redeem the receipt online, you enter it into Steam or whatever it is, and boom, you've unlocked the Jackbox head for your Fall Guys character. It's incredible. It already is wearing a crown, and it's pretty good. What do you think, Matt?
That's not bad. That's not bad. I got a little bit motivated watching football this weekend, and I ended up ordering some wings, but they would have been better if they were Valorant's Phoenix's flaming hot wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. These wings are literally on fire, Jimmy.
Ooh.
How can you beat this? I've watched football all weekend. I watched basketball yesterday. If I would have had these flaming Phoenix wings, it would have just been a better experience.
Oh, man, I love hot wings.
Listen, Jimmy's argument was very compelling, and I do think that brand match-wise, Fall Guys and Jack in the Box, I totally see the connect there. But, you know, Matt had flames in his Photoshop, so he wins.
He was on fire!
Yeah.
Literal fire.
All right, Matt, 30 seconds, anything you want after going through all 3 of us. Congrats.
Nice.
There he goes.
I thought about, maybe I would bore you guys with a basketball talk after yesterday, or maybe just kind of gloat about how I've won. But I just saw the news that they're going to bring Splinter Cell back, but in VR. Like, why bring it back in VR, man? Like, give me an actual Splinter Cell game. I'm a little bit over, like, a lot of these games going to VR. We had the Half-Life game come out in VR, an Assassin's Creed in VR, and now Splinter Cell. I just want to play these games on my PC or my console without wearing some large screen on my head. Please make that happen.
Cool, dude.
That's it.
It's so good. I can't wait.
VR, not more
Sam
like
Fisher.
More like no R.
no R.
Yeah, that was good.
Crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. Anyway, it's time for the download to take a break. But when we return, the queen of TikTok is headed to one of the app's rivals. We'll break it down in just a couple of minutes. Today on Guest House, Chrissy Costanza will be joined by K-pop superstar CLC for an exclusive musical performance. What? Make sure you stick around right here on VENN at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.
That's dope.
Welcome back to the download. A whole ton of news has dropped so far this week, so let's get right into it with downloadable content. Rocket League has been one of the most popular multiplayer games in the world for years now, but it's about to get an injection of new players as developer Psyonix has announced that it is going free to play on September 23rd. This comes over a year after Psyonix was acquired by Epic Games. Once the car soccer game has gone free to play, it will be exclusively available in the Epic Games Store, though it will continue to be cross-platform. Now, Matt, are you ready to crush a bunch of new players?
Oh, jeez.
Probably not. I stink at this game. I'm just horrible at it. I think this is huge for the game and fans of the game, though. With how many players play Rocket League, it almost felt like it already was free to play, and now that it will be free to play and then cross-platform, it's going to blow up even more. This is also one of the esports that's like really easy to watch, right? It's really easy to explain to people who don't understand a lot of the game industry, so I think this will be big for the game.
This is also an E for everyone type game, which Digon, you were telling me about, and I think that's the most important thing here. I was blown away when you told me this.
Right. So high schools are trying to get into esports, and high school sports leagues, state sports leagues are trying to get in. And one of the games that is like across the board always in is Rocket League. There's no violence, there's no shooting, there's no any of that. So like Rocket League is almost in with every single state's esport governing body because it's such an easy sport to watch, and as we see at the pro level, there's almost more viewership than there is monthly player base. Like, it is a very cool sport to watch, and as it continues to grow, now that it's free to play, there's gonna be more players hopping on in after being inspired from watching. It's really cool.
Amazing. All right, moving on. As TikTok continues its process of being sold to Oracle, following President Trump's threats to ban it entirely, one of its biggest stars is adding one of its biggest competitors to her roster. Charlie D'Amelio will soon put up her content on Triller on top of her current stable of platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Now, obviously, this isn't an exclusive deal, but do you think this marks the end of TikTok's dominance? Emma, what do you think?
I really don't. There's something about TikTok and all of the tools that are available that none of these copycats, I think, are quite seeming to nail. Now, I'm over 30, so if I look up TikTok in the App Store, it doesn't even show up for me. You know, but that being said, I mean, it's gonna take more than this to take out TikTok.
True. Yeah, you have to like shoot it in the head, right? It's like a zombie. You can't just like give it a body shot.
Totally.
Right. To me, this feels like Twitch and then all the competitors, the streaming competitors that came up. So Facebook Gaming and all that stuff. This is the first step towards something, but TikTok's share of the market is just massive. I feel like unless something steps in, there's going to be an issue. The movement of stars didn't stop it when Ninja left Twitch. It was fine.
True.
Right, it does feel a little bit like that, Degon, at least in my opinion. I think the only difference is that like we still don't know like the status of TikTok, you know, moving forward here in the US. So this is just kind of like hedging your bets, right? Like she's gonna post her content in both places. May as well get like a fan base over on Triller as well.
Yeah.
Big winners, Charlie.
No cost
Charlie's
to her.
the big winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, AMD gave the world its first look at its upcoming RX 6000 line of graphic cards in the only place that true gamers truly understand, Fortnite, as you can see on your screen.
Yeah.
This has to be the Onion, right?
It's not. Over the weekend, the hardware manufacturer created a visual representation of an upcoming card in Fortnite's creative mode. Now, this was just a visual representation of what the cards will look like, so we don't know what the hardware can actually do. But how are you feeling about the way they did the preview there, Matt?
I love this. I think it's hilarious. Like at this point, like just throw everything in Fortnite. I mean, it's clear. It's also clear that Fortnite kind of generates hype around like whether it's like Marvel or some of the other kind of crossover, the Travis Scott concert. Yeah. So clearly, like, I mean, we're talking about it, right? Like it's in Fortnite, like it becomes the thing. I think this is great, and I also think just in terms of the card itself, it's definitely going to be comparable to what NVIDIA put out last week or so. So I think this will be real big for the PC community.
Yeah, now this was apparently seen in creative mode, not in the actual Battle Royale part of Fortnite. But again, I think that this is a way that makes what can be sort of a big, very technical concept accessible. You know what? Because like trying to explain what RAM is to somebody it's difficult. So if you like put it in the context of Fortnite creative and you can like get up close and personal with the hardware, I'm for it. Speaking of Fortnite, the latest in-game concert for the Battle Royale will be headlined by none other than Anderson .Paak. This is the second in the concert series after last week's Dominic Fike concert. Dion, how you feeling about Fortnite as a replacement for, I mean, literally everything in our lives?
Right? I can't wait to buy my car off of Fortnite, right?
Dude,
yeah, let me know what their interest rates are like.
No,
actually, though, could you imagine flying through like your new Mazda in Fortnite?
Yeah.
Sorry, I derailed us with the car, but it makes sense. With Anderson .Paak, to me, this is the type of creative that this landscape requires. Like Dominic Fike's concert, Dominic Fike, fantastic artist, didn't bang as hard as Travis Scott's, but I think you have to be such a massive creative that not only are you a musician, but you're a visual, you're a writer, you're all of those things. And Anderson .Paak has been that throughout his whole career, and I think this is a fantastic medium for him to do so.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I want to make a list of all the artists that are like good fits for Fortnite concerts, because clearly Anderson .Paak and Travis Scott, these are really, really good fits here. I'm interested to see who is going to fall under that curtain and whether or not other artists are going to try and actually change the way that they do their music to kind of fit more into this new world. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, I love the concerts and everything that they're putting into Fortnite. I do worry that we get so far away from the actual game. Like, I feel like when was the last time we actually talked about like the game Fortnite? Like, it's usually just kind of like a concert in it. There's new skins, like. But I think Fortnite's kind of almost like a social platform now, right?
Yeah.
Like you can get in there, talk with your friends. You have concerts in there. You can get sneak peeks at graphic cards. So this makes total sense.
Yeah, and Fortnite, of course, just making headlines left and right with stuff like this in the midst of a lawsuit against one of the biggest companies in the world. So pretty impressive stuff. All right, moving on. On Tuesday, mobile game developer Jam City announced that it will be opening up its Los Angeles headquarters to be an official polling center for LA County. This is a part of their initiative, #LevelUpTheVote, which is intended to rally gamers to get out and vote this election season. Joining the download now is one of Jam City's founders, Josh Yguado, to talk about the initiative. Josh, welcome to the download. Hope I didn't butcher your last name.
What's up? Happy to be here.
Nice to meet you, man. All right, so big question here is, why did GMC decide to get involved in this election in such a unique way and offer your corporate headquarters as an official polling location, not to mention all of the, of course, safety things in this current pandemic?
Well, I mean, first of all, you know, we're blessed with having had 650 million installs of our games. We have a huge following, and so we want to take advantage of that power and that reach to actually do some good. Yeah. So we were really, really excited to try and figure out ways to get our audience involved. So we're actually doing two things. Number one, we have a Get Out the Vote initiative in our games. So we're going to be running interstitials and pop-ups in all our games. So millions of players are going to be pushed to get registered and get out the vote. And then number two, as you mentioned, we're actually creating a mobile vote center at our headquarters in Los Angeles in conjunction with LA County that we think is really going to be able to shake things up and hopefully get more people voting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know where I'm going.
Yeah. Wow. Well, one of the leading questions on many voters' minds right now is the ability to safely get out and vote. How's GM City going to handle those types of concerns on voting day at your center?
Yeah, great question. I mean, there's actually a lot of rules and regulations around being able to do this safely. So we're working in conjunction with the county. Everything's going to be outdoors at our facility. You need a certain amount of space. And then, we're going to make sure that we're compliant on all safety measures. So It's going to be great. It's going to be super safe. We're hoping people feel super comfortable voting here at Jam City.
Well, it sounds fun to me. Like it sounds like you're trying to make voting fun, which I'm for.
Yeah, and safe.
Yeah. Now, you just reached your 10-year anniversary, and as you mentioned, a milestone of 650 million downloads. And you mentioned a little bit about in-game activations that you're utilizing in terms of trying to reach the gamers that are playing your games to get out and vote. Can you elaborate a little more on what some of those initiatives are?
Yeah, sure. So 12 of our games are going to feature in-game activations. So games like Cookie Jam and Panda Pop and Vineyard Valley and Genies and Gems. In those games for the week of, we call it National Voter Registration Week of Action. So that's September 21st through 25th. Nice. We're going to have PSAs driving players to dedicated When We All Vote registration pages. And then on November 3rd, we're going to have in-game giveaways across our games for U.S. players in honor of Election Day to remind people to get out and vote and hopefully to make it cool to get out there.
I love that idea. Thank you so much for joining us, Josh.
Yeah.
And everybody, make sure you're registered to vote. Go vote on November 3rd. It's your civic duty. Please do it.
Just get out there and
Just
do it,
get out there
please.
and do it. The download does have to take a break, but when we return, Todd Zeile of BitFry will be swinging by the show to tell us how the developer managed to sign deals with some of the biggest sports leagues in the world.
Ooh, very exciting. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Welcome back to the download. It's time to get you in the know. On Tuesday, Apple announced, among other things, Apple One. It's all-in-one bundle that combined Apple Music, TV Plus, Arcade, and iCloud storage. In response, audio streaming service Spotify joined Epic Games in its fight against the tech giant and its so-called, quote, anti-competitive behavior. In a statement, Spotify said, once again, Apple is using its dominant position and unfair practices to disadvantage competitors and deprive consumers by favoring its own services. We call on competition authorities to act urgently to restrict Apple's anti-competitive behavior.
Last month, developer BitFry surprised the world by announcing it had signed a deal with the NFL Players Association, officially licensing the likenesses of over 2,000 current and former professional football players in upcoming video games. This is following similar deals this company has made with the players associations of the NBA, WNBA, NHL, and the MLB, among others. Joining us now is former MLB player and current chief business officer at BitFry, Todd Zeile. Todd, hello.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, good to be with you. Oh, you guys look, I love your studio. I was saying that as I was sitting in the virtual green room, I was learning more about Epic and where to vote and a lot of stuff. I thought I was just coming along for the educational route.
Listen, we deliver the facts here. On the
I hope you enjoyed the green room.
Straight facts.
I love it. You can tell.
So let's start at the beginning. What got you involved with video games and BitFry in the first place?
Yeah, so I really had no involvement in video games in my first life. You mentioned I had played baseball. I retired from baseball, got into some film and television production, and the founder and CEO of BitFry connected with me through a mutual friend. And at that point, we were looking to do a baseball-only iteration of this game. And I had a lot of connectivity in sports and in baseball specifically. So I jumped in because I thought his vision was really interesting. And I thought that as he kind of really put at the thesis of his whole movement in this gaming world was that the games for sports had been consolidated to the simulated games and the arcade action sports games of the 90s, like NBA Jam and Blades of Steel had all sort of disappeared. So we were looking to try to get back into the sports gaming market. And that's how I originally got involved. And I've stayed on as chief business strategy officer, but I've really been instrumental with VENN in driving the license deals to get the license deals that you alluded to at the beginning of the show.
Very cool.
I can't believe you said Blades of Steel. That was a deep
Taking
cut
it
that
back.
I used to play like so much. That's so cool. Wanted to know though, how was BitFry able to do what a company like EA or Microsoft was unable to do and get all these licenses from so many different sports unions?
Associations, yeah.
And
It was a challenge. I mean, it wasn't easy, but I think relationships helped certainly. And then I think the conceit of the game was something that I think the unions and not just the players, but the leagues gravitated towards, and that is this idea of crossovers. So we can take athletes from the different sports, cross them into our game, create this conceit that it's sort of in a digital world. So you can bring LeBron James in to play hockey with Alex Morgan of the U.S. women's soccer team, and they can be teammates against Alex Ovechkin and Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. So it was that conceit that I think they gravitated towards. It was a differentiator. And the fact that we're not really calling them the real people in the games, but these are virtual versions of themselves. And they take their attributes almost like superheroes and come into the game to face off against each other. They like that idea. And I think it gave sports games a little bit of different look because it's year round. You don't have to worry about the seasonality of sports because all the games, they blend into one. So hockey can be played with basketball players, football players, and baseball players, U.S. women's soccer players. and that gave it a little bit more universality. And I think that's why they really gravitated towards this business model and something that was unique in the sports gaming world.
Yeah, and it's a great way, I think, for the players to expand their brand as well. Now, what you just said about superpowers and all that stuff got me thinking. Do you think BitFry would consider using these licenses beyond sort of the traditional sports games? Like, could we end up seeing Mike Trout versus LeBron James in like a BitFry-produced Super Smash-esque fighting game or something in that world? How far can we take it?
Stay tuned. The Ultimate Rivals universe is not fully defined at this point. So I love the idea, and it's something that we can say we've contemplated. There's that universe has the ability to grow, which is, I think, the great thing about it. We can bring in members into the Ultimate Rivals universe that aren't necessarily athletes as well. We can bring entertainers or pop culture icons or fictional characters.
Right.
And some of that is, as I will tell you, in the works.
Excellent.
Well,
Good to know.
Ultimate
Good scoop.
Rivals could be where we get our Denzel versus John David Washington that we dreamed of. So as you say, what's cool about the Ultimate Rivals games is that you're bringing in stars from all these different sports. What has the reaction been from the athletes themselves? You were talking a little bit about how some of the reason that they've agreed is because it's like not them, it's like a superhero version of them. Can you think of anyone specifically, like what their exact reaction was to their sort of persona within the game?
Well, we know that Justin Turner from the Dodgers loves his persona. I mean, with the big red beard and the, you can see with our art style, it's very aspirational. These guys look like, Iron Man meets, some version of themselves. And so I think all the athletes, when they've seen the art style themselves, have really loved it. And then I think they look, I was in a locker room for a lot of my life as a Major League Baseball player. And I can tell you that the guys in a baseball locker room think they can play basketball, and the guys in the basketball locker room think they can play golf. And so, and these are the most competitive human beings in the world. So I know that they also get a little kick out of who's being featured in the game if they're not, and that's another little bone of contention. So I love that internal competition that it creates among the athletes themselves within our game.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Now, obviously, you're a baseball player, so we're going to throw you a different pitch here of a question. Now, how would you classify BitFry's relationship with Apple? And, obviously, I'm sure you all know what's happening between this tug-of-war between Apple and Epic Games at the moment. What are just your general thoughts, if any, on that?
Well, the general thoughts are that Apple's been an amazing partner to us, and they've been an amazing partner to other independent developers. We've gotten the opportunity to bring the development dollars that Apple has helped provide for us to complete our games and release them on a global platform with the megaphone that is Apple from a marketing standpoint. And I know that's true from other developers. And ironically, in this particular instance, we are also a partner with Epic because Unreal 4 engine is what our game is built on. So we sort of stand in neutral ground here, and we've benefited from both of these parties. And we don't necessarily have a specific horse in the race, but I can tell you that Apple has been a great partner to us. And besides the first couple games that we're bringing to market, which is the Rink that's in the market, we've got the Court coming up, and stay tuned for additional games to be featured on this platform.
It's good to hear.
That's fantastic insight. Yeah. Well, you guys have stars like LeBron and Diana Taurasi in your game. They're pretty good, but I used to be an athlete myself. Played soccer professionally over 10 apps, 4 goals. So I was kind of wondering if you're lucky enough to acquire the VENN license, what would my rating be as a 6-foot, Iron Man version of myself?
Well, you know what? In the pre-interview, I was told about some of your athletic prowess, and so we put together a little card. It is yet to be tweaked by our art team yet, so that is not the superhero version of you at this point, but. I think you've got some room to build on some of those attributes.
Yeah. We're gonna have to invest some points into your speed as you are negative 50 miles an hour there, Digan.
Deer on ice?
The good news is that you can play through it. You can build up those attributes. If you're a good gamer, then you can be a good, you can be a good athlete.
There you go. There you go.
Have to
That's
get
the answer.
Some of those no longer allowed Fall Guys mods.
Come on, man.
You see, now you see why the athletes love our art style.
Right.
You can't make anybody look any better than the superhero athlete of themselves.
Yeah,
Exactly.
certainly.
So, Degon, we just haven't spent your hero points yet.
Yeah, not yet. We're working on it.
Get there, all right? Character creation is a long
Who's the
process.
writer that put all of the little things, -50, deer on ice? Like, that's awful, dude.
Hey, that's all those guys sitting at the table with you. Don't look at me.
There it is.
Resembles a snail.
Typically stalls. Like, what is this?
Amazing.
This does not apply. Thank you so much for joining us, Todd. It is time for us to take a break. But
My
when we
pleasure, guys. Thank you.
return, oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you, Todd.
When we come back,
Thanks.
we will find out how many PlayStation 5s Degon is tall. What do you think? 2.5?
I'd say like four PlayStation 5s.
6 foot tall. And
There's
we're so
no
hard
way.
for this.
There's no way.
Tomorrow on The Download, Sony's head of marketing, Eric Lampel, joins us to break down this afternoon's PlayStation Showcase. Speaking of the PS5, before we take a break, we asked, how many PS5 tall is Degon?
Wow. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, that's me.
5.
Okay,
3.
what?
2?
4.5?
Why am I a ruler?
It's measuring you, Degon.
All right, I must
Degon
be...
is this many PS5s tall. What do you think, Degon?
I think I'm 5 PS5s tall.
Okay, I think you're 4.25.
Maybe you're like 2.
Okay, here is the answer. Here's the answer based on estimated dimensions of the new PlayStation. Degon is 4.825 PS5s tall.
Ooh, nice.
There it is.
That's what a great graphic.
All right, well, that's what 6 feet are, just in case you need to know.
Degon would like to remind you,
4.825.
He is 6 feet tall.
We've got just a couple more things to tell you about before we head off, so let's get into TLDR. Now, of course, one last thing before we do get out of here. TikTok user ShrimpyCoon shared something pretty cool the other day, showing off her transformation from a fledgling lightsaber user, dare I say a Padawan, to something deeply cool. The TikTok of her journey is actually awesome.
Yeah, it is really neat. I love
The fall.
Yeah, I love the fall. I love the dropping the lightsaber. I love when she explains that she hit herself in the jaw with it. I mean, this lightsabering, if you will, is an art form. It is a sport. Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she is fantastic. Do you think she does like cheerleading and
I mean, she's
and
doing
tumbling?
flips
She's
and
clearly
stuff.
got a lot of
Yeah.
gymnastics in there.
Yeah, listen, you know that I love Star Wars,
Yeah.
so I feel like I might personally be a little bit of a lightsaber prodigy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
All right.
I got a lightsaber.
Whoa.
Today.
I'm backing up.
Emma,
We're backing
careful.
up.
So here
We're
we go.
backing
It's dangerous.
up.
Okay,
Get outta
ready,
here.
ready, here we go. Okay.
All right, ready?
Great. All right, super. All right, and
All right, okay.
She's zooming. She's zooming.
Oh, that body's contorting.
Wow, look at the go.
Something's happening.
7 Sith Slade. 8 Sith Slade. 20 Sith Slade.
What do you think?
I mean,
You think I'm ready to?
you are the
think I'm ready?
Mandalorian.
Yeah, breaking news.
Mandalorian?
Emma's in the new Mandalorian.
She's been cast.
I've heard.
John Favreau is calling the office right now.
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, John.
John?
I got it wrong.
He's right here.
Oh my God! I'm
No
gonna
way.
be in the Mandalorian.
He thinks you're Favreau-tistic. That's it for the download. We'll see you guys tomorrow after the PlayStation Showcase. Make sure you watch it.